Hello everyone, today I'll be checking out Copita Tequileria, which is known for their modern Mexican cuisine. The chef is originally from Mexico, so I know that the food is going to be incredibly flavorful and delicious and just right up my alley because I love myself some good Mexican food. They originally opened in Sausalito, however I will be checking out their second location in Willow Glen, which is much more convenient for me, so let's go. It's been far too long since I've had my last Mexican meal. I just placed my order here at Copita and they brought out this little starter, and this is complimentary. So I guess instead of bringing you a chips basket, they bring you these cucumber and jicama spears, and they look like they're coated in some sort of chili powder. So it looks quite refreshing and tasty. Let's start off with the cucumber spear. Oh, that's very nice. It's very simple. It's just a little bit of salt and the very mild chili powder. It doesn't really taste spicy. It just tastes like the flavor of the chilies. And I can definitely see that this is kind of like a preview to some of the rest of the dishes, because I did order a lot of more heavy and rich and meaty dishes. So this is a really nice just starter that's almost like an hors d'oeuvre just to get your palate ready for the rest of the meal. Let's see how the jicama is as well. Oh wow, that's quite nice. This jicama has a really interesting texture. It basically like has the texture of an apple, and it has a pretty nice sweetness as well, which really goes nicely with that chili powder on top. And now I am definitely ready for the rest of the meal to come out because I am quite hungry. All the food came out and it looks so colorful and bright, and I'm really looking forward to it because this is going to be one epic Mexican brunch since they serve brunch on both Saturdays and Sundays. And today I'm here on a Saturday around noon and they're still serving brunch. The first dish I want to dig into is their take on a ceviche, which is made with a coconut milk, so it looks really rich and creamy, and it looks like they have some sort of spicy oil on here as well, and it's made with flounder, scallops, and shrimp. Alright, here we go. This just looks like one epic bite. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. This is definitely one of the most unique ceviche I've ever had before, because the first thing I taste is that coconut milk base. So it really kind of cuts down some of the sharp lime flavors, and it's a lot more creamy and less acidic. And you really just taste all that fatty and light sweetness from all the coconut that just coats all of the fresh seafood. I mean, you got a little bit of cooked flounder in there for a little bit of intense fish flavor. And then to go along with that, you got the raw scallops, which are very fresh. They're so sweet and they just melt in your mouth. I also gotta get a bite with the shrimp because these shrimp are so large, it basically takes up a whole entire chip. So it's like one bite of the ceviche. Oh, the shrimp is fantastic as well. It's very lightly cooked, so I love how delicately it's cooked because it's very soft, and it kind of just melts in with that soft and melty texture of the scallops. And I mean, this stuff is addicting. I mean, there's so much of the liquid in here, so much of that rich coconut milk broth. I feel like I could just drink this like a soup. Now I gotta try the quesadilla, and I already know this is legit because you got the birria dipping sauce, which is just that consomme broth, and then you also have the spicy Mexican style chili oil that I'm addicted to. Picking this up, I can already tell it will be an authentic quesadilla because I can just feel the tortillas really nice and crispy and fried on the outside along with all the fried cheese. I'm just gonna start by giving it a dunk in our consomme broth, and I'm just gonna try it like this before I go in for the chili oil because I want to just taste the natural flavors of the consomme. Oh man, that is definitely authentic quesadilla. I mean, the outside tortilla is really fried and crispy, and I like that it's really thin, and I love all the fried cheese on there as well. And the meat itself is so juicy, and then when you dip it in a broth, it just kind of rehydrates it with all of the concentrated meat stock flavor. And I enjoy that there's a small bit of bite from a tiny bit of spice, but honestly, that's not enough spice for me. So I just gotta rehydrate this taco like a second time in all of this spicy chili oil on the side, and hopefully I don't regret it because I know it can definitely vary in the spiciness of this Mexican style chili oil. Oh, the chili oil is great. It's really not too spicy. It brings a little bit more heat. I would say bringing it up to medium level of spiciness, which makes it really pleasant. So I feel like you could just eat these and enjoy it without too much pain from the spice. And I love that the hot oil just brings a delicious sort of roasted chili flavor to it, which really kind of rounds off this and makes it one heck of a dish. Next, I'll be going for the Baja fish tacos, and these feel like very much a California and Mexican sort of fusion style taco, because these you'll find all over the place. Oh, this just looks amazing because you got thick, battered cod fillet. It looks nice and crispy with pico de gallo, and of course, I gotta top it off with some fresh lime. As all good tacos need a little bit of lime on top. Alright, here we go. This is exactly how I like my tacos. Just overstuffed and overflowing and very messy. Oh, that is just like a top tier fish taco. I mean, you have the fresh tortilla on the outside, which is so soft, yet firm enough just to hold everything together. And then as you bite into it, you get the really light and airy and crispy batter of the cod. And then the cod itself is just fluffy almost, and it's just really flaky and has a delicious buttery taste to it. And that richness is kind of balanced out by all of the fresh salsas on top. I mean, you got the pico de gallo from some juiciness, and then you got this green avocado salsa for a little bit more creaminess and spice. Next, we have more tacos, and these are the carne asada tacos. And of course, I gotta cover it in lime juice again. This looks amazing because we have all of the delicious carne asada in there. It is also red onions, and it's topped off with plenty of fresh cilantro and raw onions. Oh, that carne asada taco is great. The best part about it is the double onions. I mean, you have all that sweet and sort of grilled caramelized flavor from those red onions. Because I feel like red onions just have a little bit more natural sweetness than the white onions. And then the white onions on top that are raw add a really pleasant crunch and freshness to it, along with all of the aroma of the cilantro on top as well. These are their al pastor style tacos. I mean, this definitely looks like an al pastor to me. You got all of the pork in there, and then I just see all of the naturally fatty orange juices just running off the pork and soaking into the tortilla. And then of course you got that classic red sauce on top, and then you also have the cubes of pineapple. Oh man, this is just fantastic. The best part about it is the fattiness of the pork. I mean, they're using like the ultra fatty cut of pork. It's just like almost eating cubes of the pork fat along with some of the meat. And it's just so rich and filling and satisfying. And I feel like because it's so fatty, it really lets all that marinade really just soak into the meat and flavor it intensely. And typically, you know, I'm not like a pineapple on pizza sort of person. I don't usually enjoy fruit with my savory dishes, but here the pineapple really works. And I think it's because the pineapple is on the tart side, so that kind of tartness from the pineapple cuts through some of the more rich and heavy flavors of this. These are absolutely tacos done right, because in my opinion, the messier the tacos, the tastier that they are, and these definitely qualify for both, because I mean, these will just leave your hands dripping in all of the porky goodness. I also had to get their 24-hour carnitas, which just comes in this little cast iron pot. And here we go. It's just filled to the brim with carnitas, and then they also give you some more fresh tortillas, so it's kind of like build your own tacos. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and build my taco now. I'm gonna get some of this fatty carnitas, which looks extremely juicy and just fork tender, and go ahead and load it up into this tortilla. I also gotta get some of the raw onions, of course, for that added crunch. And then I'll get a little bit of the cilantro just for a little bit of extra fragrance. And I'll go ahead and go in with a little bit of the avocado as well. There's also the tomatillo salsa on the side, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give this a little dip. And then they also give you plenty of pickled vegetables to go along with it. So I'm just gonna go for a bite of taco, followed by one of the pickled vegetables on the side. Oh, that carnitas is delicious. It definitely does taste like it's been cooked for 24 hours because it is incredibly tender and a lot of fat has been cooked out of it. So actually, the farther you eat it, the more you eat of it, the more delicious it gets because it's just floating in all of the oily juices that have been cooked down. And then of course the tortilla is delicious as well, just to round it off. And then at the end, I get a nice bit of crunch from all the pickled jalapenos on the side and all the other pickled veggies, which add a really nice sharpness to contrast all of that oily flavor. Finally, I'm gonna end off with actually the appetizer because I just wanted to get to all the other dishes while they're really nice and hot, because this is like their street corn sort of appetizer. I mean, it's grilled corn kernels and then it's topped with a whole bunch of chili powder and cheese and just straight up goodness and flavor. It does come with a little bit of lemon on the side. In fact, more than a little bit of lemon. I mean, this is like a whole half a lemon. I think I want to just try some of it plain on its own. So I want to see what some of the cheesier flavors are like just before I get on with that lemon. Oh wow, that is amazing. I mean, you got all the bursting sweetness from the corn kernels, and then you have all this creamy sauce on top, which is just accented by all the crumbly cojita cheese on top, which adds a really nice sharpness and saltiness. And you have a little bit more of that chili powder for just a little bit of heat, which is really just sort of tingling the tip of my tongue. Very mild. I do understand why they give you all of this lemon, because I do think you're going to want to use most of this lemon, which is why they give you so much, just to cut through all those rich flavors. And I know it'll add even more flavor and just make this one flavor bomb of a dish. Here we go. I'm gonna be a little bit adventurous because they do have whole sliced deep fried jalapenos on top, and this is just gonna be like out of control flavor. Oh yeah, I was right. That is just like a flavor bomb in your mouth. I mean, I love the addition of the lemon because you do need that extra zestiness and that tang to just cut through all the fattiness. And the best part about it, I'm realizing now, are the fried jalapenos on top. In fact, there's just not enough of them because they just add a really nice crispiness and so much more flavor. I mean, this is one very rich dish, so I feel like it's a great appetizer, maybe just to split between 3 people, but it'll just like give your taste buds a wild ride. For dessert, I had to order the churros since they're freshly made to order. I mean, I can feel them, they're still nice and warm. I smell that freshly fried scent, and it comes with plenty of melted chocolate sauce on the side. Alright, I am so excited because after picking this up, it is literally scorching hot still. So I'm gonna dip it in this chocolate sauce, and I think it's just cool enough to take my first bite because I am so excited because there's really nothing like a piping hot churro. Oh, that is one of the best churros I've had in a long time. That is done right. I mean, the outside is really thick and crunchy, and the inside is still piping hot, and it's really rich and creamy and custardy. And then the chocolate on the side, I love because it's really nice and bitter, which is kind of contrasted by all the cinnamon sugar on the outside of the churro, which really brings it a lot of sweetness. However, my only complaint is there's actually not a lot of churros to the ratio of chocolate sauce, so I think I might have to do it. I might just have to drink some of the chocolate sauce if I don't end up finishing it with the churros. Oh, what a fabulous meal here I had at Copita Tequileria. This is a must try if you're looking for like a high-end Mexican meal, so I really enjoyed just the flavors of these dishes. It tasted for the most part quite authentic, and everything was very well executed. All of the food was so delicious, and I'm telling you, you really can't go wrong. I mean, all the tacos were delicious. I love the ceviche. I also love that street corn and the churros. Everything here is truly just like an A+. If you're craving some good Mexican food, this is 100% a must try. And as always, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did, give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.